Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the Pisces eclipse that's happening on September 17th. And we are just going to hopefully learn how to shuffle some cards, and then we're going to get started. You start with this Perseverance card. That's your middle name. You're a Capricorn, and you have this Protection card. So I feel, obviously don't give up on something that you are working on or working towards, because I feel like you are about to be successful. Everybody, almost everyone, has had the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is basically everything you want and desire in your life. And, again, a lot of you could be working towards accomplishing like a big goal, wish, or dream like everyone else. And, I kind of think it's impossible to not work on something big right now, because we have Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is like the big impossible dream, and it's like one of those things where if you start working towards it, you will accomplish it. And so I think it's time to start working towards something bigger and better in your life, and that's exactly what I would do here. But let's see what we have going on for you here, Capricorn. I'm noticing, one thing I want to point out before we move on is I'm noticing like the snakes on this card, and the snakes are kind of squiggly on this card, and snakes can, they are guardians of portals, and it almost looks like there's a portal right here. I think this is supposed to be the sun. But snakes are guardians of portals, and so to get through the portal, we have to face some sort of fear with the snakes, and usually we discover gold on the other side of the portal. So I would definitely encourage you to like face some fears at this time. I feel the fear could be this right here. You've been disappointed too many times in the past. Pretty sure this came up in your September bonus reading as well, that there might, and I'm cheating a little bit because of Pluto in your sign. Pluto in your sign is like, sometimes you take one step forward, then it's 2 steps back. Sometimes you take 10 steps forward, and then it's like 12 steps back. And then sometimes you do take 10 steps forward, and you actually get to keep those steps, right? So you make 10 steps forward, and you stay at that point. But then after that, you go like 10 steps forward, 12 steps back, 10 more steps forward, 12 more steps back, then maybe like 5 steps forward. And so it's like this very annoying progression that I think Capricorn has been dealing with. That's the best way I could describe it. So it's like it's almost like you're too used to not getting what you want. And, I think that's part of the challenge here with the 4 cups, like overcoming that challenge. I think it's also interesting that we go to the moon in the sun right here. I definitely prefer readings that go from the moon to the sun. This is the direction we want these 2 cards to go. It says you're leaving a moon period, you're stepping into a sun period. So it's almost like you're stepping into a period of clarity, and, not so much confusion. The moon can also represent fears, but this can say that you're overcoming a fear, and obviously that would be a good thing. You have the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. Ten of Pentacles forms the tree of life, and it basically just represents the ultimate wish fulfillment. The Ten of Pentacles can also represent hidden or secret information. There's 2 ways to read the card. You could read the card as building and leaving a legacy. This older man here, he kind of represents the legacy. He's the patriarch of the family. And the other way to read it is that this man is actually a beggar, and he's coming to this family and he's bringing them a gift. And so it kind of represents receiving a gift from an unlikely source. But the Ten of Pentacles can represent hidden or secret information. It's not really that it's hidden or secret, you just have to look for it. So a lot of the times we have to like do our research on something with the Ten of Pentacles, or we have to look into something deeper. And normally I don't say that, but I'm definitely getting that feeling on the Ten of Pentacles. Like if you have a business, for example, and you are used to 10 steps forward, 12 steps back, then I feel the Ten of Pentacles is saying like a little bit of research, a little bit of studying will make all the difference in the world. So make sure you are researching what you're doing. You have the Nine of Swords. I do feel like there's something you want, and I feel that you have a negative experience with it, as we've said. But we go this way, Moon to the 4 of Wands. So again, some of you, this could be love. We see a lot of love in the reading. And, this could be you being like being fearful that the same thing is going to happen to you with the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords says you have learned a lot. there are all these zodiac symbols and planets on this blanket right here. And the signs and symbols on the blanket on the Nine of Swords, this represents a comfort blanket, and it can be also represent two things. One of them can be bad. It can say that a situation is painful, but it's not painful enough for him to make a change, and so he's just sitting in this nightmare. The other meaning for the Nine of Swords can be positive. It's the card, trust me, this is the worst card in the tarot for sure. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but this right here can be positive. It says that you have learned a lot through the lessons you've learned. Again, there are these signs and symbols on there that represent astrological transits, and it basically says he has learned all these things through his transits. So if he put things into perspective, and if he said, I'm looking to invite love into my life, for example, but I'm scared because I've been hurt before, but I've also learned a lot. So because I've learned, I know what to avoid. And if he just puts things in that perspective that he has learned from all these things he's been through, and it doesn't have to just be love. I'm just using that as an example. It could be about your business, about your spirituality, whatever. It basically says that if he looks at that and says, I've learned all these things, then he knows that he can easily, move on to the next stage. He can easily have something again, and he won't repeat a mistake. The Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare, and so he's afraid that he's going to repeat a mistake. With the Four of Cups, you have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands says continue to be spontaneous. Continue to go on the adventure, of life. Embrace the mysteries. He's got these three pyramids right here, and it really represents embracing the mysteries. You have the Moon. Even the Moon is a good card for embracing the mysteries of life. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Four of Pentacles. It's like you could have so much more than what you're holding on to, is what I feel like saying here. So I feel this is another one of those readings that's encouraging Capricorn to exceed their own expectations. It's like you think you're here, you are here, but you could be like way up here. And so I feel this is saying, let go of your current circumstances and expand with the universe, and I feel you will have a great time. It's a really good reading. I mean, even with that Nine of Swords, I think the Nine of Swords is a heartbreak right here. So with the Nine of Swords, we have a heartbreak, and a past heartbreak could be preventing you from having something really solid in the very near future. The funny thing is you have the Sun, and the Sun would say that you can see it. The Sun can say that you can see clearly what you want in a connection. Some of you might already be talking or speaking to a new person, or you might see a new person that you would be interested in with the Sun. And I feel the Three of Swords is about really healing the heartbreak and, realizing that you've basically learned. It's a great time for healing as well, just in general. So I would say that, pay attention to your health. Next in the area here, you can't make this up. In the area of what's coming in for you, you have this 4C card. It's like you see something in front of you. You see what you can have. You have this flow card as well. So the flow card, there's that string that's like attached to the moon there. It's almost like you could be bringing a dream down to earth. Even the moon card, we'll talk about this in a second, can represent manifesting some sort of dream here on earth. And again, I think for a lot of you, you can see something. I'm pretty sure you've had this before with me as well. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you've had this card or you had something similar. And I kind of said, maybe in the September bonus reading, I said something about kind of like time being important and how it was saying like don't miss out on something. And I don't think we miss out on anything that we're meant to have in life. Let me make that clear. So like I wouldn't worry about it, but I also would get moving. If you see something you want, I would go for it. You have the Empress, and you have two cards here, two cards apparently. You have the Empress and the Seven of Cups. The Empress is total abundance and total success. The Seven of Cups is a dream as well. Seven of Cups is imagining all the good things and bad things that you could have in your life. And he is looking at these good things and bad things, but he doesn't actually know how a dream is going to turn out until he brings it down to earth. So he needs to like stop imagining and start taking action on a dream. The Empress is just, I feel, really good for your abundance. I feel the Empress is saying, doesn't matter what gender you are, that you are very attractive at this time. So for those of you looking for love or looking for a connection, I think it would be a great time for you to get out there, meet new people, do all that other stuff, but very abundant energy. You have the Moon. The Moon is uncertainty for the future. The Moon is part of the Fool's journey. He has to go down this path, and he needs to get to those mountains that are at the back of the card there. He also needs to balance his domestic side and his wild side. And, you have this dog here and this wolf or coyote, whichever you prefer, right here. And it represents balancing your domestic side and your wild side. So I think that, if you've been too wild, you need to be more domestic. If you've been too domestic, you need to be embracing your wild side and be more playful and have more fun and, take more chances right now. And I feel if you do that, you will be successful. But the moon can also sometimes represent something, seeing something that you want, and you are just not clear on how you are going to bring the moon down to earth. The solution to the moon is pretty simple. It just says, set an intention, set a goal, and take the first step towards it. The moon is about setting an intention and not getting off your path. There are these two pillars on the moon. And the two pillars on the moon remind the fool that he should not be distracted by shiny objects. And they also remind him that the moon comes up, the moon goes down, and the sun comes up. So if he just starts the journey, even if he thinks he can't accomplish something, eventually he will gain the clarity necessary to be able to accomplish whatever he wants to accomplish. And you can't make this up. You have the sun right here. So it's like whatever it is that you want, doesn't matter. I feel that it's like a goal or something you're trying to work towards. If you keep going, you will get the clarity. You have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups could definitely be, we have a lot of love here. So for those of you that want love, this could be a knight in shining armor is what I'm trying to spit out here. I can't even talk, so maybe you can't even talk when you meet this person, right? Maybe this person makes you nervous or something like that. Could be a water sign, could be any sign. You have Pisces, you have Taurus, you have the Leo twice, you have fire in general, you have Gemini. So it could be any sign that's coming in for you. I just listed all 12, so there you go. But I feel for a lot of you, this could be a knight in shining armor. With the Seven of Cups and the Empress, you have the Four of Cups. So, like I said, this is definitely something that has disappointed you before. I feel like I'm just repeating myself right now, so I feel like I said the same thing in your September bonus reading, or maybe it was your last weekly reading, I'm not really sure. But, again, I feel a very similar energy. It's like you are doing something again that you've done before. With the moon, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is definitely a big opportunity that could be coming in for you. And the Ace of Pentacles is the path to marriage. The funny thing is that we have marriage right here with the Four of Wands. So for those of you that want love, this looks very good. This could also just be, again, if you don't want love or if you're not focused on love at this time, this could just be your commitment to a new opportunity. So the Ace of Pentacles, if you're starting any new projects or, if you're working on a new idea, going to the Four of Wands would just say that you're going to have a celebration in the future on whatever you're working on. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Hierophant. There you go. Marriage again. So if you want love, it looks really good. This could also just be a blessing that's coming in for you. He's blessing these two people in front of him. And, again, you could just be receiving some sort of blessing in your life, probably based off of, again, something that hasn't worked for you in the past. And again, it could be like a business thing where it's, 1 step forward, 10 steps back, whatever. Next in the area, messages from your future self. You have this card that says slow victory on it. It's been a slow victory for you. And you have this scrying card that says true future on it as well. So it's funny that a future card came up in the area of messages from your future self. So I feel for a lot of you that you could definitely be going through some sort of portal. There's a portal on that scrying card right there. There is also a very similar portal on the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands can be marriage, but the Four of Wands is a portal card. You have to cross this finish line right here and step through the portal to have the celebration. So a lot of you, this could represent committing to your new future or new ideas. And then, as you work through them, you're crossing through the portal, you're having a celebration in the future. I also do feel like your commitment to something has been tested over the past many years. Like I said, the moon just says keep going, right? And you have that perseverance card at the beginning. So the whole entire reading is kind of saying you have stuck with something, and I feel like you need to continue to stick to whatever you're working on because you're about to be successful, is what the Four of Wands says. You have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands kind of says, what are you waiting for? Three of Wands represents waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. So if you're waiting to do something, I would just do it right now. Remember what I said on that synchronicity card or whatever? It said, there's like something about time and needing to not waste time. Not that, again, I want to stress that I don't think we ever truly waste time, but I do feel this is saying kind of like get moving here. Three of Wands is expansion, new adventure, a lot of fun, really good energy, so I like it. You have the Sun. The Sun makes the whole entire reading more positive. The Sun is joy, happiness, blessings, freedom, good things coming in for you. So I feel that there is, it's kind of like just saying the sun is shining on you. I also feel that it makes perfect sense with Pluto going back to 29 degrees, and we also have this eclipse. It's almost like you're stepping into clarity, or you are gaining clarity on the direction that your life is moving, which is a good thing. With the Four of Wands, you have the Ten of Pentacles twice. Yes, you do have the Ten of Pentacles twice. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. So whatever you're committing to is going to be the thing that brings you, love, joy, happiness, pretty much everything. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because nothing is easy right now. But the here's the other thing, is that the Ten of Pentacles is a process. Ten of Pentacles is something that you will be working towards forever. And the Ten of Pentacles is about kind of like making your life the best you possibly can. And, that's what I feel like you're committing to with that Ten of Pentacles. With the Three of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups really says follow your heart, which I think everybody needs to do at this time, but especially the earth signs, I feel, need to really make sure to follow their heart at this time and to like listen to their inner voice, because it's trying to guide you towards something like a wish. We go up to the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups could just be anything that you are wishing for or hoping to manifest. With the Sun, you have the Six of Wands. Yeah, a lot of positive attention on you, Empress and the Sun. Even if you don't want love, this is amazing for getting attention at work, standing out at work, doing extra work, taking on extra projects so that you can receive recognition. Especially with the Sun and the Empress, I would be doing anything extra you can, even if you have your own business. It's like, are there things that you can do to get more attention? And that's what I would be focusing on with the Six of Wands. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this chameleon spirit. It says act as if. You have this groundhog spirit. It says time to let go. So I feel for a lot of you, acting as if, that chameleon is one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's just acting as if you already have something. And the Nine of Cups literally says the same thing. So we'll talk about that in a minute. The groundhog is about, I think it's about letting go of things needing to be difficult. When we get into a period in life where, everything is a challenge, then we just think everything is going to be a challenge. So we make everything a challenge. And I feel the groundhog is saying, kind of release that mindset that things have to be hard, right? And develop a abundance, simple mindset. You have the Nine of Cups, the Lovers, and the Ace of Cups. Nine of Cups is about bathing in the energy of what you want. Nine of Cups just says all you have to do to get the things you desire is match energy. And so the Nine of Cups, the story of this card is that he's about to have a feast, and he looks chubby because he has had a feast before. So the card itself says you have to be in the energy of what you want before you can have it. You have to be the thing that you want to be before you can have it. The easiest thing to do with the Nine of Cups is to adopt the habits of success, and then you will have it, plain and simple. You have the Lovers card, so definitely could be love. This looks like a divinely guided connection. Even the Hierophant, he's blessing those two people that are in front of him, and it can kind of say that he is initiating two people on a path or on a journey so that they can come together. And I definitely feel that, for those of you that want love, this is definitely a very good reading. You have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, being very happy. Could be a solid love offer coming in for you. One that is like true love, something that makes you overflow with joy. Well, let's put it that way. I do also feel that the whole entire reading is kind of saying that you are just getting into the flow of life, and the Ace of Cups can fulfill itself. All the Ace of Cups has to do is reach down into the water below it, and it just needs to fill itself up, and then it causes itself to overflow. So you could be just getting into this overflowing flow in your life, and it could be in work, business, whatever. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy. Nine of Pentacles is gratitude and luxuries. So I think it would be a great time for you to practice gratitude so that you can manifest more with that Nine of Cups, right? I also feel that there just is more coming in for you. Ten of Pentacles twice, and the Empress. Really, really good for abundance, work, business, all that other stuff. With the Lovers, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is about putting in the work. And, I like the Eight of Pentacles for love because it would represent a person who really will put in the work. This also could just be good for work. Again, I think for a long time, Capricorn has put work into things and then you don't get a good enough result out. And the Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon and basically says, that there's money coming in the very near future if it's not here already. So a lot of you are improving your finances. With the Ace of Cups, yes, you have the Chariot. Chariot is as above, so below. Just like the Nine of Cups, if you are in alignment, you will be guided towards everything you want. The Chariot is also a victory. Chariot can be travel. I do feel like some of you could be traveling or going on adventures. You have the Knight of Wands, Three of Wands, Chariot. These are all cards of like movement, travel, having fun, doing all those things. The Chariot is also about setting yourself apart, which I think that it's like you and Cancer, your opposite sign. You always get these cards of like the Chariot of needing to set yourself apart, needing to do things your own way. And I think doing that will not only empower you, but I think it will lead you on to like new adventures, to more success, and all that other good stuff. So love it. Let's see. You have two cards here. I can't make this up. You have this intuition card and you have this detachment card. Didn't I say that? I'm pretty sure I said that at the beginning of the reading, that like if you could just detach from outcome, or did I say that to you, or am I making that up in my head? I don't know. But I think if you could practice non-attachment, not being attached to outcome, that would be the best thing for you. And trust your intuition, Moon, showing up here. You have this discrimination card. This card says you have learned how to tell the difference between what's right and what's wrong for you in your life. So the more you pay attention to your inner guidance system, the better. You have this eccentricity card. Yeah, like don't be afraid to be different. I feel some of you feel the shift. It's like you're drifting away from things that you've always known. This could be anything. Could be your, people, places, things, and maybe they're not resonating with you anymore. The Chariot is about becoming eccentric. Everybody believes the same thing in that city that he is leaving behind. And so he is setting off to look for new belief systems or to look for new structures that he can belong to in his life. And it could be anything. But, I really feel being the odd man out or the odd woman out or whatever is kind of the secret for you right now. You have this choice card. Yeah, it's like you need to make a decision. This card is kind of like stuck. There's these 2 feet that are stuck in this board. And so I feel like there is a choice that you need to make. And, this is Mars in Libra. And so Mars is a planet of action, planet of decision making. So I feel it's time to make some sort of decision that you're being pulled to make. You have this romance card. Yes, definitely a very strong romantic connection for those of you that want it. This card reminds me of the Two of Cups. They even kind of look like the Two of Cups, like how they're dressed. And so I feel you could be attracting someone who's like different than your usual type. You have this egotism card. I would be careful of people who have an ego. I would be careful of a past person, 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords. I would be careful of that energy in general. But overall, I really like this for you here, Capricorn. Looks really good. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.